Hello guys, well it's the 30th of August and I was expecting Mortal Kombat the arcade collection to be released today. I just checked it up on PSN store and unfortunately it's not yet available, so just to pass the time I decided to do some Mortal Kombat 3, especially since MK3 as it was originally is not going to be included in the arcade collection, so I'm just gonna have one quick playthrough. And let's see, I'll be using Sektor. Well, as before, this is just Mame emulated version that I hooked up to my TV. Nevertheless, it looks great. The only downside to this one is that the controllers that I have for this one isn't that great. However, ever since I learned that they're going to release a new bundle for Mortal Kombat, being the arcade collection, I've just been hooked up on the classic ones again, like I was in the 80s, and I decided that although I have a dedicated MK cabinet, it has MK1, MK2, and I also have MK3, but I cannot get it to run. So I decided that I'm going to build my very own arcade machine, main cabinet, and basically the only thing that was sort of hard for me, or thought that it would be hard to do, was to get the controls right and you know, to build a own control panel just like it was on the arcade back in those days. And first I thought that I would just be purchasing the X-Arcade tank stick. However, that one has a slightly bit different layout than the original Mortal Kombat cabinets had, and did some research on the internet, watched a shitload of YouTube videos with regards to making control panels for Mame arcade cabinet, and well, eventually it turns out that it's not that hard at all, so I'm gonna be starting this project up, I think, around next month. And well, I guess it's gonna take quite a while, but first of all I just wanna create a completely authentic control panel, basically with all the buttons and joysticks, and to interface it with my computer to be able to run it through Mame. So once I have that, everything else is basically pretty much easy. And I mean, even the cabinet, you know, once you have the plans for it, even if you can't make it on your own, you can just get a carpenter to do it for you, pretty cheap and easily. I'm just trying to avoid being uppercutted. Because I think this is a glitch in MK3. Once you get uppercut on the totem stage, you basically are, you know, skipping one stage ahead. Shit. I almost forgot how to do the flamethrower fatality for Sektor. Although he's one of the characters that I do play most of the time on MK3. I just never can properly memorize this flamethrower fatality. I always mess up the directions. So, going back to the Mame market for project, I also thought of purchasing the PDP fight sticks basically that are going to be released now, Mortal Kombat, but I just noticed that although it looks, pretty similar to the original Mortal Kombat arcade controller, there is still one big difference, and that's that the joystick is farther away from the buttons than it was on the original arcade version. I don't know the reason for that, and I also thought of purchasing two of them just to be able to hook them up and set it up properly into the arcade, but that would cost a whole lot more than just making your own one, getting the buttons, joysticks, everything. Still have a lot of spare parts for my arcade back at home. So I'm going to be able to get the parts pretty easily, I think, and also the proper layout. You can get that from can't remember the name of the company, but I did order the bezel that I have and also the marker from them. I think it was called MameMarkers.com or something like that. So it's a pretty neat place to find stuff like this there. Damn, I wanted to do an animality. So stuck with regards to fatality wise in MK3. I just never really went into most of the fatalities like in MK2, just because I didn't like the fatalities and just didn't felt doing them after a while, because they were not that great. Having a hard time with this controller. Shit! Not Sonya. I think she's the most difficult character of all in MK3 to fight against. I think I got lucky there with the flawless. Messed up that as well. Against Shao Kahn, what I usually do is just back out into the corner, and when he taunts or does anything stupid, just run up to him and do a combo on him, preferably a pop-up combo. and I just always let him come towards me, basically, and when he's near me, just do a sweep. Just one more hit. Oh. I wanted to do something different, but nevertheless it worked. So I really hope that the arcade collection will be released tonight. Can't wait till tomorrow. I want to play it. I want to see how that port really works out. I hope it's not going to be as shitty as the other ports that were released. I mean, you know, the one that we had on Xbox and PS2, those were just crap. And basically the one that we have currently on PS3 is, I think, almost like identical to the one that was on PS2 and Xbox. The only thing that they managed to fix there was the speed. It wasn't that fast, but still sound was off, shadows were missing or flickering, and the online part of it was just awful due to the, you know, pretty primitive menu and basically having no rooms or whatnot. So I'm really looking forward to this arcade collection, and I think it's an excellent way to spend $10. This is actually the best way you can spend $10 at all. So I see no reason why, you know, people should be getting it. So see you next time, hopefully with a full review of Mortal Kombat arcade collection for PS3.